Once upon a time, in the medieval kingdom of Eldoria, there was a legend that spoke of a mystical relic imbued with the power to bring prosperity and peace to the land. The relic, known as the Heart of Aether, was said to be hidden deep within the forbidden forest, a place where few dared to venture. Our tale begins in a humble village named Windale, where a young and courageous blacksmith named Edrin lived. Edrin was known far and wide for his skills in crafting weapons and armor, yet his heart yearned for adventure beyond the confines of his forge. One day, an old and wise seer visited Windale, prophesying that a time of great need was approaching, and only the Heart of Aether could save the kingdom. Inspired by the prophecy, Edrin resolved to embark on a quest to find the relic. He gathered a small band of companions to join him: Seraphina, a skilled archer with eyes sharp as a hawk; Garrick, a burly knight known for his valor and strength; and Lyria, a healer whose knowledge of herbs and magic was unmatched. Together, they set out on their journey. Their path led them through the dense, enchanted woods of the forbidden forest, where shadows whispered and ancient trees loomed like sentinels. The forest tested them with hidden traps, magical creatures, and riddles woven by the enchantress who guarded the relic. One fateful night, they encountered a pack of wolves, their eyes glowing in the moonlit darkness. Edrin and Garrick stood ready to fight, but Seraphina spoke the language of the wild, calming the beasts with her gentle words. Impressed by her kindness, the wolves led them to a secret clearing where a shimmering river flowed. Lyria sensed the river's magic and healed a wounded wolf with her spells, earning the gratitude of nature itself. As dawn broke, the river's waters revealed a hidden path, a glimmering trail of stones leading deeper into the heart of the forest. Days turned into weeks, and the companions faced challenges that tested their resolve: enchanted brambles that ensnared them, a bridge guarded by a troll who challenged them with a riddle, and a storm that threatened to scatter them. Yet, their unity and trust carried them through. Finally, they reached the heart of the forbidden forest, where the blooming grove lay in eternal twilight. In the center, on a pedestal of ancient stone, rested the Heart of Aether, glowing with a celestial light. But a fierce guardian stood before it, a dragon of emerald scales and fiery breath. Garrick drew his sword, ready to fight, but Edrin stepped forward to negotiate. He spoke of their noble quest and the kingdom's need, appealing to the dragon's wisdom. The dragon, hearing the truth in Edrin's words, agreed to a trial of courage instead of combat. The trial was one of heart and spirit. Each companion faced their greatest fear in an illusion crafted by the dragon's magic. Edrin faced a life where he had never left his forge. Seraphina saw herself blinded, deprived of her archery. Garrick faced dishonor, and Lyria saw a world without magic. They all overcame their fears with strength and support from one another, proving their worth. The dragon, satisfied with their bravery, allowed them to take the Heart of Aether. With reverence, they lifted the relic and began their journey back to Eldoria, its power lighting their path. Upon returning, the relic's magic spread across the kingdom, restoring harmony and abundance. Edrin and his companions were hailed as heroes, and their story passed down through generations. And so ended the quest of the Lost Relic, not just a tale of adventure, but a testament to the strength of courage, friendship, and the power of believing in a cause greater than oneself. In a quiet village, tucked away in a valley surrounded by gentle hills, there lay a secret garden known only to a few. This garden, called the Lantern Garden, was a place where dreams and reality intertwined, and it flourished beneath the tender glow of moonlight and starlight. The villagers often whispered about the garden, saying it came alive at dusk, when countless lanterns lit up the paths, casting a golden glow that illuminated the vibrant flowers and lush greenery. The garden was said to possess a magic that brought tranquility to all who entered, making it the ideal refuge for anyone seeking solace from their daily lives. One serene evening, a young woman named Mira decided to seek out the elusive Lantern Garden. She had heard tales of its beauty and felt a deep yearning to experience its charms for herself. With the sun setting beyond the hills, she took a deep breath and followed a narrow dirt path that meandered through tall grasses and wild flowers, swaying gently in the evening breeze. As she walked, the sky transformed into a canvas of colors: warm oranges, soft pinks, and delicate purples, painting the horizon. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming jasmine, and the distant sound of crickets began to hum their evening song. Each step she took made her more excited to see the magical garden that was said to hold many secrets. At last, after a short walk, Mira turned a corner and beheld the entrance to the Lantern Garden. An old wooden gate wrapped in ivy and adorned with tiny twinkling lights beckoned her closer. Pushing the gate open, she stepped inside and was instantly enveloped in the garden's soothing ambiance. Mira's eyes widened with wonder as she took in her surroundings. Enormous flowers of every color imaginable bloomed majestically, their petals glistening like jewels under the soft glow of the lanterns hanging from branches above. The lanterns swung gently in the breeze, casting warm, flickering shadows that danced playfully along the ground. Taking a deep breath, Mira felt her heart lighten as if the cares of the day had slipped away. Here, everything felt still and peaceful. She wandered along a cobblestone path, winding through the garden, admiring the fragrant blossoms as she walked. The delicate tinkling of the nearby fountain added to the tranquility, its water cascading into a serene pond where lily pads floated gracefully. Mira's face soared till she reached the fountain, its water sparkling under the lantern light. She paused to watch a small fish glided through the water, their scales shimmering like silver coins. Enchanted by the scene, she knelt beside the fountain and dipped her fingers into the cool water, making soft ripples that faded into the stillness. Just then, a soft voice interrupted the serenity. "Isn't it beautiful?" The voice belonged to an elderly woman seated on a nearby bench. Her face was warm and inviting, with wise, twinkling eyes that sparkled like the stars above. Mira smiled, realizing how right the woman was. "It truly is. I've never seen anything like it." The woman nodded, her gaze drifting back to the lantern swaying gently in the trees. The Lantern Garden holds many stories. It is a place for those with weary hearts, a sanctuary for all who seek peace. Mira took a seat next to the woman, feeling an immediate connection to her and the garden. "What stories does it hold?" she asked curiously. With a gentle smile, the woman began to share. Many years this garden is tended by a kind-hearted gardener named Eloin. She would come here every evening, tending to the flowers and hanging lanterns. She believed each lantern held a dream, and with each light that flickered on, it released the dream into the world. Many villagers would come to sit in the garden, sharing their hopes and sorrows, and Eloin would listen to them all. Did she find her own dreams in the garden? Mira asked, captivated by the tale. Oh yes, Eloin had a dream of spreading happiness. She believed that if she could fill the world with light, it would heal the hearts of many. As she tended to the garden, her own heart grew lighter, and she found solace in each flickering lantern. Mira felt inspired by the story, connecting it to her own life. What happened to Eloin? She inquired softly. The woman sighed gently. As time passed, Eloin grew old. But before she left this world, she planted a part of her spirit in this garden, ensuring its magic would live on. Today, every lantern you see is a testament to her dream, holding the hopes of every soul that visits. As the woman spoke, Mira looked around, noticing that many lanterns flickered gently, each one a testament to the dreams and wishes of those who had come before her. She realized that the glowing lights represented not only hope, but also the shared human experience, the joys and sorrows that connected them all. With a heart full of wonder, Mira turned back to the woman. "Can I add my own dream to this beautiful garden?" she asked, with a hint of excitement in her voice. The woman's eyes sparkled with understanding. "You absolutely can, dear. The heart of this place is open to all who seek it. Just find a lantern that calls to you and share your dream with it. In time, it will join the others, lighting the way." Feeling inspired, Mira stood and began to wander through the garden. She admired the different lanterns. Some were bright and bold, while others were soft and delicate. Each one seemed to vibrate with its own unique energy. After a while, Mira found a lantern nestled among a cluster of fragrant roses. Its light was warm and inviting, and she felt an immediate connection. Taking a deep breath, she closed her eyes and visualized her dream, a wish for peace and happiness in her life, as well as for those she loved. With sincerity in her heart, she whispered her dream to the lantern. "May my wishes bring joy and healing to all those I care about. May they find the peace they seek," she said softly. As her words floated into the night air, the lantern glowed brighter, casting a beautiful golden light that enveloped her like a warm embrace. A sense of calm washed over her, and she felt a profound connection to the garden and the people who had come before her. When she opened her eyes, Mira saw the elderly woman smiling at her, a knowing glimmer in her eyes. "Well done, dear one. You've woven your dream into the tapestry of the lantern garden. It will echo in the hearts of those who visit after you, bringing light and hope to them just as it has for you." Mira nodded, feeling the weight of her burdens lift slightly. They spent the remainder of the evening speaking softly in the garden, exchanging stories and dreams until the stars twinkled brightly above them, casting a serene light upon the world. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, Mira realized it was time to return home. With gratitude in her heart, she looked back at the glowing lanterns, each one a beacon of hope and a reminder of her experience. "Thank you for sharing this beautiful garden with me," Mira said to the woman. "I will carry this peace with me always." The elderly woman smiled warmly. "Remember, dear child, The magic of the lantern garden lies not only in its beauty, but also in our hearts. We carry its light within us, even when we leave. With those parting words echoing in her mind, Mira stepped back through the wooden gate, feeling a soft breeze brush past her. As she walked along the path home, she felt lighter and more hopeful than she had in a long time. The world outside the garden seemed different now. The colors of the evening were brighter. The stars in the sky twinkled with a newfound vibrancy, and the night echoing around her felt comforting, as if reassuring her that the magic she had encountered would always be by her side. From that day onwards, Mira returned to the lantern garden often, each time adding her heart and spirit to the lanterns, sharing her dreams, and listening to the stories of others. She learned that the garden was not just a place of refuge, but a reminder of the power of hope and the interconnectedness of all lives. And so, hand in hand with the magic of that enchanted place, Mira found peace within herself, a warmth that glowed brightly, not unlike the countless lanterns lighting the paths of the beloved garden. And under the watchful gaze of the stars, she embraced her dreams, knowing that as long as they were cherished, they would light the way forth into every tomorrow. In a land not so far from here, nestled between rolling hills and lush valleys, there lay an enchanted lake shimmering under the sun's tender gaze. This lake was said to be magical, imbued with an aura of tranquility that could instill peace in every soul that visited. One warm afternoon, a gentle breeze caressed the landscape, and a young girl named Eldoria found herself drawn to this lake by a force she couldn't quite understand. Seeking solace from a bustling week, she meandered along the winding path that led her through meadows filled with wild flowers, swaying gently under the golden embrace of the sun. As Eldoria approached the lake, she noticed how the sunlight danced across the surface, creating a tapestry of sparkling patterns that seemed almost alive. The water was so clear that she could see schools of small fish darting about playfully, their movements a lively contrast to the lake's calm demeanor. Eldoria sat down on the smooth, warm stones that bordered the lake, allowing her bare feet to dip into the cool, inviting waters. As the water lapped softly against her skin, a sensation of peace spread through her, like gentle ripples extending out across the water. In this special place, time seemed to stretch and contract, making each moment feel both fleeting and eternal. Eldoria closed her eyes, surrendering to the symphony of nature surrounding her. She focused on the melodic chirping of birds hidden among the trees, the rustling whispers of the wind through the leaves, and the gentle hum of life echoing from the depths of the forest. As afternoon drifted toward evening, the sky transformed, painted with hues of pink, lavender, and orange. The lake mirrored this celestial artwork, reflecting a kaleidoscope of colors that seemed to blur the line between reality and dreams. Feeling an urge to explore, Eldoria stood and followed a narrow, winding trail that meandered around the lake. The path led her through an ancient grove of willows, their arching branches forming a natural tunnel. As Eldoria walked, she brushed her fingers against the feathery leaves, feeling a sense of connection to the countless generations of travelers who had walked this way before. In the heart of the grove, Eldoria discovered an old stone bench covered in soft emerald moss. As she sat, she noticed a small, intricately carved wooden box nestled within the hollow of a nearby tree. Curious, she opened it and found it filled with scrolls of parchment, each one bearing a story written by past visitors, tales of wonder, dreams, and reflections left by those who were touched by the lake's enchantment. Eldoria took a piece of parchment and a pencil from the box, feeling inspired to add her own story to the collection. She wrote of how the lake's serenity had wrapped around her like a warm blanket, easing her mind and filling her heart with peace. As she wrote, she realized that this place was a sanctuary not only for her, but for all who sought solace from the world's cares. Completing her tale, she placed it back in the box and returned it to its resting place within the tree. Eldoria continued her walk around the lake, now guided by the gentle light of dusk settling over the landscape. The air was filled with the sweet fragrance of night-blooming flowers, their petals unfurling in the coolness of the evening. As twilight descended, she reached the far side of the lake, where she found a clearing illuminated by the pale light of the moon. The stars were beginning to blink into existence, dotting the sky with their distant silvery brilliance. Here, Eldoria lay back on the soft grass, gazing up at the infinite expanse above. The night deepened, and Eldoria felt herself drifting into a restful slumber, accompanied by the gentle lullaby of the water's edge. The enchantment of the lake, its magical tranquility, was a bridge connecting her waking thoughts with her dreams, inviting her into a realm of peace and wonder. In the embrace of the enchanted lake, Eldoria found her spirit rejuvenated, her cares washed away by the rhythm of nature's gentle symphony. She knew that wherever life would take her, the memory of this magical place and the serenity it bestowed would always be a heartbeat away. And so, cradled by the whispers of the night, Eldoria slipped into the gentle embrace of sleep, her dreams echoing with the harmony of the enchanted lake and the promise of tranquil tomorrow. Exploring further, Flora discovered a small, clear pond nestled between the roots of the towering trees. The water shimmered under the light of the setting sun, reflecting hues of orange, pink, and gold. Flora took a sip of the crystal water, which was cool and refreshing, and it filled her with a sense of calm. Beside this tranquil pond, Flora lay down on a bed of moss, her body relaxing into the soft, cushion-like surface. She watched as the sky transformed into a brilliant tapestry, as the sun slowly dipped below the horizon and stars began to twinkle one by one. As the moon rose, casting its gentle glow, the forest came alive with the night's chorus. The crickets began to chirp their rhythmic songs, accompanied by the gentle hoots of a distant owl. The melodies wove together, creating a lullaby that coaxed Flora deeper into tranquility. Listening intently, Flora heard a new sound, a soft humming carried by the evening breeze. It was the forest itself, sharing its ancient lullaby, a song of peace and comfort, one that had been passed down through countless generations. Her eyelids grew heavier with each passing moment, weighed down by the tranquil beauty of the night. In her heart, Flora felt gratitude for the forest's warm, caring embrace. She knew she had discovered a place of refuge where the whispers of the wind and the songs of nature could soothe her weary soul whenever she needed. As the night deepened, Flora felt herself drifting into a peaceful slumber, cocooned by the soft sounds and gentle presence of the whispering forest. She knew that, come morning, she would awaken refreshed and renewed, ready to take on the world with the calm she had found deep within her heart. And in this serene place, surrounded by the harmony of nature, she dreamed of peace, of beauty, and of endless wonder. As Flora stepped onto the soft forest floor, she felt a sense of serenity wash over her. She took a deep breath and listened to the soothing melody of the leaves rustling above, as if the forest was greeting her, inviting her to stay. One peaceful evening, a gentle fawn named Flora entered the forest. Flora was a timid creature, always curious, yet easily startled by the hustle and bustle of the outside world. She longed for a place where she could find inner peace and discover her own quiet rhythm. Each tree in this forest had its own character. There was elder oak, with its wide, embracing branches that reached high toward the sky, offering shade to the smaller plants beneath. Next to elder oak stood the wise willow, her long, sinewy finger brushing the forest floor, creating soft, sweeping sounds that were comforting to all who heard them. In a distant realm of the universe, far beyond the reach of earthly maps, there existed a wondrous celestial archipelago known as the Celestial Islands. This collection of planets and moons floated in the cosmic sea like beautiful gems, each one holding its unique magic and secrets. Among them was the largest island, Luminara, renowned throughout the universe for its breathtaking landscapes and serenity. Luminara was blanketed in luminescent flowers that glowed softly, bathing the land in hues of soft blues, pinks, and greens. The gentle hum of life filled the air, an otherworldly symphony resonating with the rhythm of the universe. The people of Luminara, called the Luminari, were known as dreamweavers, beings capable of channeling their dreams into reality and harmonizing pure energy from their surroundings. One particularly tranquil evening, a young dreamweaver named Seraphina stood on the threshold of her garden, gazing up at the sprawling sky above. The stars twinkled like luminous orbs, each one a source of inspiration and wonder. As she inhaled the sweet fragrance of the luminous flora, she envisioned the dreams she held within her heart, hoping to share them with the cosmos. Seraphina had long dreamed of embarking on a journey across the celestial islands, seeking the wisdom of the elder dreamweavers who lived on different planets. She believed that by learning from them, she could uncover the mysteries of the universe and enhance her own dream-weaving abilities. Yet, a hint of trepidation lingered in her heart, for the celestial islands were vast, and the thought of venturing beyond her home was both exhilarating and frightening. Drawing in a deep breath, she closed her eyes and spoke softly to the stars. "Guide me, my luminous friends. Help me find the courage to embark upon this journey." As she uttered her plea, the stars seemed to shimmer brighter, pulsating with warmth and encouragement, reassuring her of their presence. That very night, as the moon hung full and heavy in the sky, Seraphina made her way to the grand pavilion, where the Council of Dreamweavers gathered. The pavilion, a magnificent structure woven from silken threads of light and energy, stood atop a hill, overlooking the vast expanse of the universe. As she entered, the council members welcomed her with warm smiles. The elder Dreamweavers, with their gentle faces adorned with the wisdom of ages, sat in a circle. At the center, a crystalline orb pulsed with soft light, resonating with the dreams shared within the council. Seraphine, one of the elders, Adael, spoke gently. "What brings you here tonight?" With a hopeful heart, Seraphine shared her dream of exploring the celestial islands, of learning from the elders on each celestial body, and of weaving new dreams that could inspire generations to come. The council listened intently, nodding in understanding. After a moment of silence, Elder Alara spoke. "Your desire to learn and grow is noble, Seraphine. The universe is vast, and it is filled with wisdom waiting to be discovered. But remember, the journey is just as important as the destination." With the council's blessings, Seraphine prepared for her expedition the next morning. They bestowed upon her a small, radiant crystal, a dreamstone, imbued with celestial energy. This stone would serve as her guide, illuminating her path and amplifying her dreams along her journey. As dawn broke, painting the sky with delicate shades of lavender and gold, Seraphine made her way to the dock, where a beautiful ship awaited her. Named the Star Whisperer, the vessel had shimmering sails that glimmered like stardust and a hull carved from the wood of luminous trees. As she boarded, a soft voice greeted her. "Welcome aboard, Seraphine. I am Alaric, the navigator of the Star Whisperer. Together, we will explore the wonders of the celestial islands." Seraphine felt an immediate sense of comfort in Alaric's presence. He possessed an aura of wisdom, and his tranquil demeanor put her at ease. With excitement bubbling within her, Seraphine took her place at the helm alongside Alaric. As the ship set sail, she watched the shores of Luminara recede into the distance, leaving behind the familiar warmth of her home. "Fear not," Alaric said, sensing her trepidation. "The universe is a tapestry woven by dreams, and you are ready to add your threads." As they ventured into the vast expanse of the cosmos, the beauty of the celestial islands unfolded before them. The islands sparkled like precious jewels against the backdrop of the star-filled sky, each harboring unique characteristics that beckoned to be explored. Their first destination was Isle of Serenity, a tranquil haven blanketed in soft clouds that shimmered in the light of the twin suns. The moment the Star Whisperer docked, Seraphine felt a wave of calm wash over her. It was as if the very air hummed with peace. As they stepped onto the soft ground, a gentle breeze swept through the trees adorned with luminous blossoms. Seraphine closed her eyes and inhaled the sweet fragrance, allowing the serenity of the island to envelop her. They were greeted by the elder dreamweaver of the isle, a wise being named Elder Calum, whose presence radiated warmth and kindness. "Welcome, travelers. What brings you to our peaceful shores?" Elder Calum asked, his voice like a soothing melody. Seraphine shared her dream of exploration and learning from the wisdom of each island. Elder Calum smiled and invited them to join a gathering of dreamweavers that evening, where stories and dreams would be shared under the light of the twin suns. The Council of Isle of Serenity would connect their dreams with the celestial energy of the universe, weaving a tapestry of collective hope. As dusk fell, casting the island in soft shades of blue and gold, Seraphine and Alaric joined the gathering. Dreamweavers from various corners of the island shared their aspirations, fears, and hopes. As they spoke, their dreams shimmered like stars, blending into an ethereal glow that filled the air. All at once, the gathering rose in unison, and Elder Calum began to weave. With gentle gestures, he guided the collective energy from the dreams and amplified it through the dreamstone in Seraphine's possession. The starry light spiraled and danced around them, creating an awe-inspiring spectacle above, illuminating not only the night sky, but also the hearts of everyone present. Seraphine felt an indescribable connection to the dreams being shared, each one resonating deeply within her soul. She closed her eyes and envisioned her own dreams joining the tapestry, understanding that they were interwoven with the desires of countless others. The gathering lasted late into the night, and as the last of the stars faded, Elder Calum approached Seraphine. "You are a conduit of dreams, young one. Let your heart be your compass, and you will find the wisdom you seek. Listen to the whispers of the universe." With their hearts full and spirits lifted, Seraphine and Alaric set sail once more, leaving the Isle of Serenity behind. As they traveled across the celestial sea, they encountered the Isle of Echoes, a mystical island where past dreams came alive in echoes and reflections. Upon arriving, they discovered that every wish, every thought spoken into the void had become a wandering echo. Seraphine marveled as she saw visions of dreams shared long ago, floating in the air like shimmering spirits. Guided by their echoes, they ventured deeper into the island and found the Elder Dreamweaver, a figure named Elder Lyric. She possessed the ability to listen to the echoes and guide them toward realization. Every echo holds the memory of a dreamer's hope, Elder Lyric explained. Here, they come to remind us of our purpose. Speak to the echoes, and you shall find clarity. Seraphine closed her eyes, reaching out to the echoes that danced around her. She listened intently, feeling the weight of the dreams longing to be acknowledged. Among them, she heard her own echoes, resonating from her heart's deepest desires and fears. "Remember to honor your heart's wish," came a gentle whisper from the echoes. "Only then can you weave your true dream." Inspired by the experience, Seraphine spent hours in quiet contemplation, surrounded by the beautiful echoes. Each whisper guided her, drawing her closer to understanding the importance of her journey. With newfound clarity, Seraphine and Alaric continued on to the Isle of Reflection, a planet where crystal lakes reflected the stars, creating a mirror of the sky below. It was a haven of self-discovery, where dreamers could see themselves not just as they were, but as they wished to be. As they stepped onto the island, the tranquil atmosphere enveloped them, and a sense of understanding blossomed within Seraphine. Elder Solara greeted them, her voice soft as the light that danced upon the surface of the lake. "Here, you will confront your true self," she spoke, her eyes reflecting kindness, "and discover the depths of your dreams." Taking a deep breath, Seraphine approached the crystal lake with Alaric by her side. As she gazed into its depths, she saw reflections of her aspirations, her desires like constellations swimming in the water. But with them came shadows, doubts, and fears that had held her back. Elder Solara's voice flowed like a sweet melody, encouraging her to confront those shadows. Each dream has its light and dark. Embrace them, for they are part of your journey, she advised. With her heart racing, Seraphine faced the reflections in the lake. She acknowledged her fears of inadequacy, of not being good enough, and the doubt that whispered to her during quiet moments. "I see you," she whispered, her voice tremulous, "but I choose to transform you into strength." As she spoke, the shadows in the water began to shimmer and dissolve, merging with the light of her dreams. In that moment, Seraphine felt an undeniable sense of empowerment. The weight of her fears lifted, replaced by a warm glow that resonated with positivity. "Remember, Seraphine," Elder Solara imparted gently, "in every dream lies the power to create. Your thoughts can ripple across the waters of existence, manifesting the reality you desire." With a heart filled with purpose, Seraphine thanked Elder Solara and prepared to continue her journey. Alaric, observing her transformation, smiled warmly. "You've grown so much already," he said, his voice smooth like the calmest sea. Together, they made their way back to the Star Whisperer, where they plotted their next destination, the illustrious Isle of Unity, known for bringing dreams together, merging hopes and aspirations into a shared vision. As the ship glided through the cosmos, the duo marveled at the starlit path guiding them. As they approached the Isle of Unity, a breathtaking sight awaited them. Colorful lights danced in a harmonious display, converging and intermingling like a cosmic ballet. Upon landing, they were welcomed by a vibrant community of dreamweavers who celebrated the art of collaboration. Elder Arian, the keeper of Unity, invited them to partake in the Festival of Dreams, a celebration where everyone gathered to share their dreams and weave them into a shared tapestry of aspirations. Throughout the festival, Seraphine and Alaric joined hands with dreamers from diverse backgrounds and planets, each contributing their unique visions. The air buzzed with creativity and excitement as the dreams flowed like a river, merging and intertwining with grace. Seraphine felt the joy of connection. Every voice added color to the tapestry. Each laugh resonated within her soul, weaving a fabric of unity. It was an experience unlike any other, a reminder that dreams held more power when shared. As night fell and the stars twinkled overhead, a majestic glow enveloped the gathered crowd, illuminating their creations. Elder Arian raised his arms, and the dreams that had been woven began to float above them, shimmering like constellations against the night sky. "Tonight, we align our intentions," he proclaimed. "May these dreams be nurtured and carried forth into the cosmos, creating ripples of hope and inspiration across the universe." Seraphine watched the luminous dreams ascend into the heavens, her heart soaring alongside them. She realized that her journey had intertwined with many others, and the bonds she formed were a source of strength, illuminating her path as she moved forward. Soon, it was time for her to leave the Isle of Unity. With a heart brimming with gratitude, she bid farewell to her newfound friends, knowing that their dreams would accompany hers on the next part of her journey. As she boarded the Star Whisperer, Seraphine reflected on the wisdom she had gained so far. She knew that each island had imparted valuable lessons that would shape her destiny as a dream weaver. But there was still one final destination she wished to seek: the legendary Isle of Whispers, a place where the fabric of reality was said to intertwine beautifully with the realm of dreams. With Alaric as her steadfast companion, Seraphine sailed through the stars towards the Isle of Whispers. As they traveled deeper into the cosmos, an ethereal hush fell upon the ship. It felt as if the universe itself was holding its breath, preparing for their arrival. Upon reaching the Isle of Whispers, they discovered it was enshrouded in a delicate mist that sparkled with stardust, creating an enchanting and mystical atmosphere. Here the whispers of dreams echoed like soft voices in the wind, wrapping around them with the promise of understanding and insight. Elder Luna, the keeper of the isle, welcomed them warmly. "You have come seeking the tales woven by the universe," she said, her tone echoing softly like distant chimes. "Here you will hear the wisdom of the stars and the echoes of dreams yet to be." Seraphine felt anticipation bubbling within her as she listened intently. Elder Luna guided her to a serene glade filled with ethereal light, where dreams flowed like gentle streams, inviting her to dip her fingers into their currents. "Each dream carries a message," Elder Luna explained. "Close your eyes and listen. Let the whispers guide you toward the wisdom you seek." Taking a deep breath, Seraphine closed her eyes and allowed herself to be enveloped by the whispering currents. She felt a warmth spreading through her, the gentle caress of each dream brushing against her consciousness. The whispers flowed, echoing stories that reached back to the very origins of the universe, of struggles, triumphs, love, and hope. She began to hear her own resonant dreams mingling with these threads, tales of her desires, her fears, and her aspirations weaving in and out like notes in a harmonized melody. As she listened more closely, she could distinguish the unique stories, each a vital part of the greater whole. In that moment of deep connection, Seraphine realized that her journey was not just her own. It was a collective voyage through the cosmos, each dreamer contributing to the symphony of existence. She felt an overwhelming sense of peace wash over her as she recognized the shared humanity that existed across the stars. With her heart open, she started to speak her own dreams aloud, letting the whispers carry her thoughts into the cosmos. "I wish for understanding," she shared, her voice merging with the whispers, "for compassion and connection. I dream of creating a world where every being can express their hopes freely, where dreams can blossom without fear." As she spoke, the surrounding mist began to swirl around her, forming luminous shapes that danced in response to her words. The dreams around her resonated with her intentions, and she felt a powerful surge of energy, a promise that her dreams would take flight, intertwining with the whispers of the universe. When Seraphine opened her eyes, Elder Luna smiled knowingly, her gaze filled with warmth. "You've tapped into the wellspring of wisdom, dear Seraphine. Continue to listen to the whispers of the universe, for they will guide you on your path." With newfound purpose, Seraphine thanked Elder Luna and took a moment to absorb the beauty of her surroundings. The Isle of Whispers shimmered with ethereal energy, and she realized that she had gained not only insight, but a deeper understanding of her role as a dream weaver. As a gentle breeze swept through the glade, carrying the whispers onward, Seraphine and Alaric prepared to leave the isle. With the wisdom and strength of their journey intact, they boarded the Star Whisperer once more. As they set sail toward the infinite horizon, Seraphine felt a deep sense of fulfillment within her heart. The experiences she had shared with the islands and their dream weavers formed an irreplaceable tapestry of learning, growth, and connection. In the soft glow of the celestial night, she reflected on the beauty of the cosmos, the luminous islands, the echoes of dreams, and the unity among the dreamers. She knew that she would carry the lessons she had learned into every waking moment, and that she was, indeed, never alone in her journey. After what felt like both a fleeting moment and an eternity, Seraphine gazed at the stars that shone brightly above. "Thank you for guiding me," she whispered to the cosmos. "I am ready to weave the dreams of my heart alongside those of the universe." In the depths of space, the Star Whisperer continued its voyage, a vessel of hope and dreams, sailing through the cosmos, carrying within it the essence of all it had encountered. Seraphine understood that the journey was not merely about reaching a destination. It was a continuous exploration of the heart, a grand adventure shaped by dreams woven together in harmony. And as the ship glided silently across the star-studded expanse, Seraphine closed her eyes, allowing the soothing hum of the universe to lull her into a tranquil sleep where her dreams entwined endlessly with the whispers of the stars, painting the night with the colors of hope and possibility. In the heart of the cosmos, she had found herself, a dream weaver destined to inspire, connect, and remind others of the beautiful tapestry that binds all beings together in their quest for peace, joy, and understanding.